the GameCycle, it motivates patients. It helps get them involved and engaged.
It's so good that it gets you to the point where you don't even realize you're in physical therapy any longer.
The patients who have cognitive deficits will benefit from the GameCycle as well. They can process, do some problem solving. You know, where do I turn? How fast, how hard do I have to turn? How touchy is it?
I guess you're just stimulating your mind with just one thing I lost when I had a stroke. And that's what it really helps out a lot with the GameCycle.
It's exercise. Besides being a game with a game front. It has a game front, but it's a true exercise machine.
You can say, okay, well, we have to really work on your standing balance, but we could stand at the GameCycle.
You know, I try to find different things that can be exciting for the patient, and the GameCycle is just one of those tools that can really turn a patient on and engage them.
I really like the GameCycle. I use it with a lot of different patients. I use it for upper body strength, endurance.
There's an aerobic component too. So even though we have other pieces of equipment that might address just the aerobics, I can use the GameCycle and get the aerobic going. I can work on strength. As a patient progresses, I can have them standing. I can work on their static balance or their weight shifting. I can work on their proprioception depending on what their diagnosis is. To say if they're a CVA, it's a very versatile piece of equipment.
You know, I first started out, it was difficult. Then I went to, next session I got on there. It was, got a little bit better each time until now. Now I can make the turns. I can, stay away from the walls as much as possible.
The benefits of the GameCycle in terms of promoting people's ability to walk is that if they're not able to walk long distances, I can really incorporate an endurance type of activity with the use of the GameCycle. It keeps interest and allows patients to go for longer periods of time without recognizing that they're actually getting a workout and starting to feel fatigued or feel tired.
As I got better at it, I wanted to challenge it. And I went from 5 minutes on the machine to 10 minutes on the machine.
So I get a longer duration exercise in with my patient, which benefits the patient long term in terms of improving their functional abilities.
I do use the GameCycle with young and old patients. A lot of times I use it with the older patients for endurance as well as upper body strength. It gets them away from the upper body exercise or bike, or it gets them away from weights or TheraBand. Sometimes I get those funny looks like, why do you want me to do this? I'm 84 years old. And usually once they get on the GameCycle and they start using it, then they tend to loosen up and they think it's fun and then they want to keep doing it.
I always have a goal with the GameCycle and with the patients. I start off generally looking at just getting them strengthened. And the nice thing about the GameCycle is that you can actually adjust the resistance on the fly.
I do have different goals with different patients that I put on the GameCycle. A lot of times patients who have come in and now are going to be needing to use a walker have never used an assistive device to walk with before and don't have the upper body strength to be able to support themselves on a walker, and so this is a way to help them gain that upper body strength.
The nice thing about the GameCycle is that if you bring a patient to the GameCycle, from cold start, it's off. From the time you flip the switch to the time the patient's actually participating in the activity, maybe 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. It doesn't take any longer than if you went to grab some wrist weights or hand weights, or you went to get some TheraBand or whatever.
It really doesn't take very much time at all. You turn on the main switch, you turn on the screen. There's a couple prompts on the screen to set it up, and then once you do that, it kind of runs itself. 2 or 3 minutes maximum to actually get it started once you turn it on.
I mean, you're competing and then you're racing yourself to get a better time around the track and to make the corners, it's just a lot of fun.
If you have a drop of competitive blood in your body, you will love the GameCycle.
It would be used anywhere it would be put up at.
And that helps me to, correct a lot of those faults I had before.
You get caught up and you're really playing a game and don't even realize it's helping your body.
That's the name of the game for therapy. If you can get your patients to be engaged in their treatment, your outcomes, come much closer or surpass what you're looking for.
What I did was after I played the GameCycle, I went down the hall and I called my sons and I said, guess what? I just played Need for Speed. It's Need for Speed, the actual game. And all the old people get to play it.